Welcome everybody to Extreme Off-Road Silly Bills, and today we're dealing with the 1987 Mercedes-Benz AMG Hammer Coupé. Now this has 1,371 horsepower, 1,125 pounds-feet of torque from a 7.2 litre twin-turbocharged V12 engine. The car itself now weighs 3,169 pounds, has off-road tyres, all-wheel drive and off-road suspension, and it can now do 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, 0 to 100 in 4.6 seconds, and going to a top speed of 232 miles an hour. So yeah, the fastest Mercedes that we've had on this series so far has been the AMG E63S, which I imagine was as quick as it was because it's modern and has had all-wheel drive standard, whereas this is neither of those. So it's going to be interesting to see what this can do in comparison to that car, because this certainly is powerful, no doubt about that, but it's going to be whether or not it can deal with the all-wheel drive system, the off-road elements, and the fact it's never had anywhere near this amount of power originally. Talking about 1,000 horsepower more than what it had originally, so yeah, a lot of big asks from this car, to be honest. But yeah, still going to be interested to see what it can do. It's already blitzed how fast will it go with its incredible top speed in that series. The top speed is decidedly less here because we need shorter gearings to, or shorter gears to make this car faster when dealing with these kind of corners and the like. You don't need long gears on this series, you need short gears to make the most of the power and the torque that you've got. That's why the top speed is not as good as it was in how fast will it go. Still, 232 is hardly anything to sniff at. It's just a lot less than what it could do in that series, that's all. It does help make this more controllable as well, because obviously as you go through the gears you end up, you know, eliminating the likelihood of wheel spin and oversteer and the like, so it's another reason to have short gears, especially in this series. Seems to be dealing with everything okay so far. This section typically is easier to drive around for powerful vehicles because there's a lot of grip. I jinxed myself there because we nearly span out. It's clearly not quite enough grip for this vehicle. Come on. 183 miles an hour across the finish line there, easily one of the fastest cars across the finish line, and the fastest Mercedes we've had so far at 2 minutes 3 seconds .884. The AMG E63S I talked about earlier managed 2 minutes 5 seconds .018, so yeah, more than a second quicker than that newer Merc, and we're also quicker than the likes of the Audi RS6 Avant, the Ford Ranger Raptor, the Lexus RCF, Volkswagen IDR, Citroen DS3 Racing, McLaren P1, Radical RX C-Turbo, Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, Lotus Elise Series 1 Sport 190, Aston Martin Vanquish Zagato Coupé, the Alpine A110 and the Bugatti Type 35C, but we are slightly slower than, well, by 0.1 of a second in fact, than the Lotus Exige S and the Hot Wheels Rip Rod, as well as slower than Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio, Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, Toyota MR2 SC, Mini X-Raid All4 Racing Countryman and a Porsche Macan Turbo. So yeah, I am surprised that it is as quick as it is over the more modern Mercedes that was our previous fastest Merc, but yeah, it's still an impressive time, even though it is not just quicker than that Mercedes, but also quicker than some off-road cars and some cars that had all-wheel drive standard. But yeah, I am still nonetheless surprised that it's beating that more modern Mercedes, but considering the amount of power that it's got, the amount of torque that it has, and the fact that it's far from the heaviest vehicle, I would have liked it to have been a whole lot quicker. But you know, I'll take fastest Mercedes as a consolation prize, pretty much, to be honest. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if we can find any other Mercedes that are going to be quicker than this before we eventually move on to the next newer Forza Motorsport or new Forza game, because it's likely going to be a new Forza Motorsport game sometime next year. But yeah, it's still going to be interesting to see if we can find another Mercedes, as there are plenty out there that we have yet to try. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.